Welcome to Module 1, Build Your Garden Team. Congratulations on taking your first step towards launching or breathing new life into an existing school garden. This video will help you understand the importance of building a strong team to go through the garden planning process, who should be on that team and why, and how you can enroll them in the idea and get them to participate. For a school garden to be successful, it is important to build a committed team before you start the planning process.
We support a lot of school gardens in the area as well as community and faith-based gardens, and we see a lot of times the challenges can come manifest in a lot of different ways, and a lot of times the biggest part is support and who's doing what within the garden.
When a teacher gets the idea of developing a school garden, they get all excited, they spend all this time and effort, pretty soon they've worn themselves out.
There was a garden area and it was only ran by one teacher, and so because of not having more support, that basically went to weeds and it's no longer a garden area.
We had received grant and sponsorship from Principal Mutual Fund and the American Heart Association. Then the teacher who had been the coordinator for that had moved on to another school. So the year before I got here, the team kind of fizzled out.
It is so important to have a good team planning and engaged in the garden because it's a lot of work and mostly it's all volunteer.
School gardens are a lot of work, so a committed team is critical to long-term sustainability of the garden. While one person could never be responsible for all the tasks throughout the year, many hands make for a lighter load. Now the question is, who should be on that team? To find the answer, we interviewed dozens of school garden coordinators, volunteers, and organizations that support school gardens. The resounding opinion was to get a core group committed to meeting regularly to plan the garden, and then get leadership support to review and sign off on the plan before moving forward.
The garden is kind of like the smallest part of it. The community part of the community garden is the biggest part of it. And so making sure that you are including everybody in the community.
To be a successful school garden, it entails a whole school community, administration, teachers, parents, students.
From our pre-primary kids all the way up to our middle school kids, we've got representation. And then from there, we can then, maybe we have a garden day or a special event, we can pull in a variety of other individuals.
It's really important to have more than one teacher on board. Having somebody in the school district or in the school building, again, who can help with curriculum, that makes sure that this garden is a part of the school and not an afterthought.
Having a different team member, ideally for communications, another person who will deal with the students and the other people involved, someone with the programming and how can we incorporate curriculum with it. You can kind of touch on all of those by yourself, but it's much easier if you have an actual team.
It's really important that we don't see the kids as just like manual labor, and that we involve them in the process of planning and talking about why did we even want a school garden.
We made sure that the students had ownership in it just so that they would be responsible too. PTO has also helped us.
They need the support from parents to come in and take care of things after hours and on weekends and and all the other times.
I mean, it is the perfect opportunity for parents to come in and volunteer in the classroom. There might be more people, like even in my parents' generation and my generation, that have experienced gardening. Find those people.
People that you know you can rely on to come and help with that garden when school's not in session, during after school times or during that summer.
A team that is consistently going to be there every week to help you, whether it's watering, weeding, planting, harvesting.
Make sure you have a group of people that are ready to be part of a garden, that are genuinely interested, that they want to learn, and that are ready for a seasonal commitment and thereafter. We have asked the parents to have a 2 to 3 year commitment, and we're trying to get more teachers on board so that some of us can rotate off if needed. Just continually having new bodies, new faces.
It's really important to have a principal who says yes they might not be as involved in it, but who is supportive of it and who's supportive of a teacher taking their time to do it and incorporating it into their curriculum.
As a school principal, I think that it sends a powerful message to our community when they see, the administration getting their hands dirty, that they're invested in the project, that they're seeking out opportunities.
My buy-in allows for staff to know it's okay to devote this learning time to gardening because it's a cross-curricular study within the school day, which I find very important for kids.
There has to be a number of players involved. If just the principal is involved, that's great, that's huge. The principal should be involved, but having the groundskeeper involved, the custodian, the food service director or manager or food service staff in some way.
We've worked with some schools that they had their cafeteria staff, their kitchen staff on there, because they wanted to see what kinds of things would you like us to grow that you could maybe serve in the cafeteria.
Well, it is really important that the teachers and the staff communicate with us what they need or when they want to use the kitchen. They would come in a lot of times and be in our kitchen using our facility while we were getting ready to serve lunch. And so that kind of we got to see all of what they were trying to do.
These school gardens are going to go on school grounds, so we need to make sure that the people who maintain our grounds are okay and know where that goes.
We have continually been supported and meet with our groundskeeper. He's always in every meeting that we have, any planning that we have, we pass it through him first.
They did a lot of planning before we actually did any work. More thorough and thought out process was very beneficial to me because it allowed me to actually make it a priority when it was time. A lot of times we plan a month ahead as far as what's going to happen, as far as projects and things like that.
It sounds like the core group should be made up of teachers, students, parents, and community volunteers that meet and plan regularly. With a committed team, you can approach leadership for their support, including the principal, grounds, and food service. This group doesn't need to be in every meeting, but they do need to review and sign off on plans before moving forward. Now that you know who needs to be on the team, how do you get them involved? A Garden for Every School has tools to help you build your garden team successfully. This video has its own planning guide, email templates, and suggestions for using the introduction video to recruit your team members.
We've worked with Food Corps, we've worked with Extension, we've worked with Iowa State University, we've worked with gardeners and volunteers and teachers and principals, and really did a lot of research on what do they need.
And we decided we needed something digestible, not just for that one passionate teacher, but for principals, grounds crew, teachers who maybe aren't as passionate, parents, volunteers.
We have worksheets that help take you through the process.
The Garden for Every School planning guides are designed to be done as a team, as a group. Just like your whole gardening effort. It's not about one person, one classroom. It's about getting a lot of people involved, developing true collaboration.
Let's get started today. Download the planning guide number 1 for this video. Customize your email templates and use the introduction video to recruit your team members.